So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, delegates. You're very welcome to today's event. I'm delighted to see so many of you here to talk about the future of rural Europe, making migration work for regions in decline. And also a very warm welcome to those of you who are joining us online from across Europe and, who knows, maybe even around the world. This conference marks the conclusion of the Horizon Europe funded project, Premium EU, which has explored how migration and mobility affect regional development across Europe. Today's event, we're going to launch the Resilient Regions Policy Dashboard, which is a digital knowledge and policy generating tool that will help identify tailored, data-driven strategies to improve regional attractiveness, address population decline and strengthen long-term resilience, as well as responding to trends in real time. I'm Jennifer Baker. I'm a Brussels-based journalist and moderator, and I will be your MC today, guiding you through what is a packed agenda. You can see there on the screen we will have some panel discussions, we will have presentations, we will of course have that presentation and demo of the tool, and we want plenty of interaction. So we're going to be using Mentimeter, which is a tool you can use on your smart devices, so do keep them handy. We'll explain how to do that when the time comes, but also please put them on silent. There's also mics in front of you all here in the room, so we do want people to ask questions. You can see there's a small card in front of you, should be there to your right explaining how to use it, but just press the button to speak. Wait on me to call on you because we can only have one mic open at a time. I have a kill switch, so I have all the power, so if there's too many mics open, I can cut them off. Ignore the headsets. We're not using simultaneous translation today, so you can forget about those. There's coffee outside. If you feel the need to really go out and get some, feel free to do so. Toilets are also, you can find the signs. If you go outside, they are around to your left. The emergency exits are shown in red. There's one here, and we can go out the other way. We are not expecting any testing of fire alarms today, so if you do hear one, please take a moment, but be calm and follow the instructions to go outside. The Premium EU team have the pins on them, so if you have any questions about today's conference, about where to go or how to find your way around the building, please do find them. They will be around sitting here on the stage, but also around the coffee breaks as well. So, moving to content. Now, across Europe, the peripheral regions we know are facing a tipping point. As young and skilled move to more urban centres, these regions are the ones struggling with demographic decline, shrinking workforces, rapidly ageing populations, and in many cases crumbling infrastructure services, and possibly also suffering from a lack of investment. So, why migration matters, that's our central topic for today. For rural development, migration is often seen as a problem for those regions, but it can also be a big part of the solution. And now, I think we've heard enough from me, so as you can see on the slide, we're going to start our opening section with Hanne and Leo. So I will turn to, if you like, our host today from the European Committee of the Regions, representing Renew Europe, Hanne Roed. Hanne, please tell us, why is this conference relevant to the Committee of the Regions? Why are we all here today?
Thank you, Jennifer. Well, I've looking forward to this discussion because I think it's a discussion I experienced that is going on in many countries. And it does as well when I'm here in the Committee of the Regions with Renew. And then I will say, but it's so very different here. If you say that Danes have rural areas compared to Norway or compared to France, they just look at you and say, well, that looks interesting. When I say that there's, 50 kilometers between the bigger towns in Denmark, as what we consider as bigger towns. But although, when we then discuss rural areas in Europe, and we do often in SEDEC, who is the committee that is discussing that theme, then there's something that you can compare between the countries. How to educate people, how to get young people to stay in rural areas, how to get development in rural areas. So although that in whole Europe there's lots of differences, we don't have any mountains in Denmark, and there's a lot of countries in Europe who doesn't have the problems with the water, rising water, but although there are so many things that we can discuss together and that we could also today discuss with each other. Also, will the towns rapidly repeat growing Because when I look at Copenhagen, Denmark, it's got so expensive that many people can never afford to live there. Well, people start to move back and say, well, then I'll move to the countryside where I can buy a house. Or not. We could discuss that today. I'm looking very much forward to it. And thank you for listening.
Thank you, Hanne, and of course you're going to stay here for a panel discussion later on as well.
Well, I just forgot perhaps to say one thing. You can try to imagine what was the most heated topic that we could discuss in the Committee of the Regions about a rural area. The wolf. Perhaps we'll be back at that thing.
Well, we'll see if that comes up as part of our discussion. Seems unlikely, but you never know. I'm going to turn over now to Professor Leo van Wissen, who is Project Manager at Premium EU, but also researcher, former Director of the National Demographic Institute of the Netherlands, and Professor Emeritus of University Groningen. Leo, why does the Premium EU project even exist? That's a big question.
Good question. I think the spirit of the project is very much to bridge the gap between research and policy. When we started this project, the proposal, we wanted to go further than writing interesting research report. By the way, there is very interesting research in our project, but that's, I think, in this topic not enough. So we deliberately tried to sort of move beyond research and sort of create a tool that is useful out of research for policymakers. Whether that is successful, well, the proof is in the eating, of course, always with these sort of things. But I think we come a long way. We combine various totally different types of information together. Migration, of course, regional development, policies, and also the voice of migrants. And we try to bind it together in this dashboard in such a way that in a small screen, someone who is using it will get sensitive information out of it. To some extent, at least we understand what comes out of it. I hope you will have the same experience as we do, but that is something to explore today and later on. So I'm extremely happy that so many people are interested in our project. This room is full and overbooked, as I understand, lots of people also online. So, well, let's say sit back and enjoy the day, I think. Yeah.